Before we kick things off, I need to do a little test here and see how good this epoxy floor is going to work. This is oil from my Jeep, sleeping the night in the garage. No, that wasn't too bad at all. Came right up. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're going to be working on the Jeep today on an issue that I've been having since I've owned the Jeep, and I know the previous owner's been having, which is my speedometer isn't reading correctly. So roughly at around like 55 miles an hour, according to my speedometer, I'm really doing about 51. So I purchased something to go ahead and fix that. And let me go ahead and show you what we're going to be working on and what the fix to this problem is. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and show a couple of clips this previous weekend on me out in Truckhaven going through some of the obstacles. All right, let's end it. All right, well, from the last video, and actually you'll see in the clips that up until yesterday, I had the roof rack on. And I took that off, and I'm going to play around with it without the roof rack on, just to get a feel for, number one, I can absolutely, put it back on if I need it. And number two, I just kind of want to feel, get a feel for the Jeep without it on. So let me show you what we're going to be installing today. We are going to be installing the Speedo Healer version 4, and let me go ahead and zoom in here on the part number. So here's the actual part number, and you can see I explicitly got it for the LJ 04 to 06 LJ, and it also applies to the TJ all years, and then to the Cherokee 98 through 01. And I did purchase it from Poly Performance. It was roughly around, I think, $140. I forget exactly how much it was. And so Poly Performance puts that into their package, and then the Speedo Healer actually comes in too, which is, let me go ahead and go to wide real fast. This is the main hookup piece. This is actually going to interface in between the transfer case and then send a signal up to the actual computer part, which this will then basically do the calculations or calibration after we calculate what the necessarily correction is. After unbagging the first product, which is the wiring harness, it basically comes with your instructions, your wiring harness, and 6 small zip ties. And then in general, I won't necessarily take you through step by step, but I want you to connect at the transfer case and then route the wire along here it shows another diagram when it's connected. Route the cabling along the cable that's already in there on the passenger side, and then basically make the connection roughly in this general area. So what we're going to go ahead and do is try to bring you along the best I can. I think what I'm going to more than likely do is go in reverse, which is basically drop the connections in from the top and keep this up there and just sort of let gravity work for myself. And then we'll just zip it. We'll go ahead and pull it along the case and then go ahead and make the connection. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So I very temporarily and very non-securely tied off the top part here and routed it down to the ground. And let me go ahead and show you where it's come out now. And you can see here's where I'm hanging right now, and then I'm just going to go ahead and route it all the way back to the transfer case along the inside there. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I'm here at the transfer case and I got it connected. Go ahead and reach up here and pull it down a little bit. So that's fished all the way up forward along the over the top there. Now I do want to, here, let me go to wide real fast. So I have a Rubicon. So the picture doesn't show all of these like air lockers and everything to get around. And also they wanted you to connect it there, but that's a different fitting for the Rubicon. So I actually had to connect mine there. I'll go ahead and insert a photo right here to show you what the direction showed you what it looked like and how it differs from the Rubicon. Forgot to mention while I was down there, man, it took me a minute to go ahead and release that little safety clip to unlock and disconnect the sensor down there and then put the interface in between. But real fast, I do want to highlight before I go ahead and put you on a tripod and go into some electronic dance music that this is all the cable. When I run it all the way along the top of the, just above the transfer case and the transmission, I got plenty of slack to go ahead and connect the final part. Now I'm going to go ahead and basically wash this section somewhere up here, and then yeah, and then basically zip tie it all down, and we'll do that on time lapse right now. All right, so it's almost completely connected. Once I get it calibrated, I'm basically going to connect this final zip tie to the main bunch here, just to keep it mostly out of the way. And I did that so if I ever have to go ahead and calibrate again, I only have to basically clip this one in order to have easy access to the speedo sensor back here. So pretty much tucked out of the way and behind quite a bit of stuff. So let me come around and get a look over here. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on and go through the calibration process, and then I'll let you know how it goes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set this now. So preparations, ensure it's installed correctly, determine the calibration value, which I've done already, and then turn the ignition on. All right, let's turn the ignition on. Okay, ignition is turned on. It says press both buttons on the unit until L is indicated. All right, L is indicated. I do want to set negative, so toggle the sign and press set. I want negative. Okay, there's two set buttons, so and to actually set it, it's the left set button, or the button closest to the number. The button on the right is the toggle one. Let's see here. Okay, if the sign is negative, you'll program a 3-digit value. So it will be 07.3 for me. So I need to enter 0, 0. Now I need to do 7. Set. And 3. Set. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give this a test drive right now and see how it worked. But the calculations that I was talking over here, where it says basically refer you to chapter 4, you just flip the back real fast. So what I did was my actual was 51 divided by 55 and minus 1 times 100, and that gave me negative 7.27, which I rounded up to 0.3. So we'll see how it goes. All right, before I head out, I wanted to let you know that so far I have used only about 3 of the small clips, so I have all these remaining. And HealTech, the actual Hungarian company that has many distributors here in the United States and many other places, obviously through Poly Performance, I also sent these stickers. All right, no check engine light, so we are agreeing to conduct the test. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to someplace on the freeway, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, it's time to send it. I'm going to have to do it off camera because I don't have an extra camera right now with me to tape it, plus that'd be dangerous. So I'm going to go ahead and do it without it. All right, I'll see you when I get back. All right, it actually went perfectly. The calculations were spot on. I checked 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and 65, and every single one of them was exactly according to my GPS on the navigation. As a matter of fact, I had forgotten to mention, I knew the delta between actual and what the speedometer was saying was from GPS, basically all the trips back and forth to the desert. I kind of paid attention to the delta between the two, and that's how I knew already. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm very happy with this so far. I'm going to, if something negative comes up, I'll go ahead and let you know. But we're going to go ahead and end the video with a couple of these trips from Truckhaven. Not too many. I think I got about 2 or 3, maybe just 2. I'll go ahead and throw those on and then let you guys watch those to the end of this video. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.